But my first bar job in Austin was the Tipsy Alchemist. That's where we did this last year. It's where we brought it back. So I feel like for this whole contest, it just kind of felt like a full circle moment for me. And then with that also comes my introduction to like the EDM scene, which really isn't very relevant, I'd say, in Dallas. Every EDM kind of event that I have attended to has been here in Austin. And that's led me to the development of, we're starting a chapter called End Overdose. It's a harm reduction program. And we go to all the raves and stuff. We're trying to get into like more venues and stuff. And so I really wanted to just kind of play into this because it feels really close to home. It's kind of a community and an environment that I'm passionate about. And with that, you know, EDM is all about the music. So the concept with this was to start with just a melody. One of the very first Empress gins that I tried at Tipsy Alchemist was the Rose Elderflower. And I loved it. I thought it was really cool. It was unique. I was working on a cocktail at the time, and my buddy, he used that gin instead of what I was using, and it just made it like 10 times better. And I was like, okay, well now I want to challenge myself with this one. So really speaking to like the elderflower and the rose flavors, I wanted to kind of pick ingredients that would play into that. I feel like every good remix to anything needs a nice good bass line. And so what I did was I chose Montenegro after trying a couple things. I landed on Montenegro and I reduced it into a syrup. And I felt like those kind of richer, deeper, more kind of botanical flavors kind of really complemented the rose and the elderflower in a way that I hadn't really seen done before. And so I made a syrup out of it, reduced it, kind of cooked out the alcohol, kept it from being a little too boozy. And then the next step was like the synths, like the loud sounds. I'm not a sound engineer, I don't really know what they're called, but the synths, like the ear candy. I played around with a couple ideas. I started with some teas. And the teas kind of ended up being a little bit too lost in the sauce, I think, with this drink. They weren't really, they weren't shining through. So I scrapped that idea and I went with Lillet Blanc. I still wanted something floral, I still wanted something herbal, but not too just like mute within the drink. And I think that kind of adds a nice little contrast with the Montenegro syrup that I did before. And then, you know, lemon juice. I feel like fresh lemon juice is the best way to go. Soda water. And then to top it all off, we just happen to have this hibiscus foam. And the foam here at Cabana Club really does wonders, especially with the mojito. It saves us time as bartenders because we don't have like muddled mint every time. But then it also is like, it's kind of fun and different, and I feel like everyone really likes it. So I was like, okay, why not, you know, incorporate another foam. My original tea that I was using was a hibiscus tea, kind of a concentrate. And I was like, you know what, if I'm scratching the tea but I want to keep the hibiscus elements, I'm going to go ahead and use that foam. So that's what I did. And I think it adds kind of a nice kind of sweet balance to some of the tartar, kind of more botanical flavors in the drink. And then it just so happens, Gustavo right here has a speakeasy over here called Traveler's Lounge. Shout out Traveler's Lounge, thank you. And he runs a salt company, and well, he just happened to have a hibiscus salt and a rose salt that I rim the glass with. The rose obviously speaking to the gin, and then the hibiscus salt speaking to the foam. I just feel like all the flavors were kind of working together, and I think it's like another example of how everything just kind of like fell into place with this. Also in the nighttime, I think this was kind of fun. I don't know if you can tell there's a little light down there. It's a broad day, so you can't see it super well, but that one's really fun. The way that it kind of like interacts with the grooves and the glassware is like, it's really fun, kind of sparkles. And you know, every rave, every EDM concert you have to go to has lasers on lasers and lasers. So yeah, I wanted a little light element. And overall, I think this is really fun. I'm really proud of it. It was just the first thing that I really got to like start from scratch, ground zero, just build everything. And I had a super supportive team here. They helped me every step of the way. It was great. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I saw the festival idea and I thought that was super cool, so I just wanted to ask, like, what's your favorite music festival?
Right now, Freaky Deaky or Illfest here in Austin. That was the first one I got to volunteer for. The one I really want to go to, though, is Legend Forest in Michigan.
That's on my bucket list, so I'm definitely going to Electric Forest at some point. Not yet.
For sure.
Hi.
What's up?
You already won for doing the salts. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for incorporating. We definitely I think it's one of the cocktails that is including rims, which is something different from the original Tom Collins, which it doesn't have any kind of rims on it. So I think it's a good idea. And also mixing with the hibiscus foam, which I'm very excited to try it. So let's see how it goes.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you have all of the building blocks with Tom Collins here. You've got the gin, you've got the lemon juice, soda water. I'm really interested to see this Montenegro syrup and see how that tastes. Normally that's not that sweet of a spirit, but reducing it down, adding sugar, I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays with it. And then I like that you added a foam on the top. You know, I'm a whore for foams, so yeah, looking forward to trying it.
Okay, cool. So one glass here. I wanted to have you guys. Oh, cool. We got it. We got cups. The idea is to be able to try the base spirit by itself, and then kind of mix and match, sort of with the foam and then with the two different salts. I put them on plates for you guys, you know, not like sharing germs and stuff. And then I only found 2 of these little spoons if you want to just like get your little like taste of the foam. And then yeah, just kind of experience the different notes and the different flavors for it.